Sup guys, this is Rampage here bringing you my Halloween special. I'm only going to use orangish Pokemon, black Pokemon, and ghost Pokemon for this battle. And this is against Redswims1, I think that's it, or Redswims1, something like that. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check them out. So yeah, let's get started. I'll leave with my Dark K9, the twin of my Arcanine, which they are both completely beast. And he's going to go for the EQ twice. That really doesn't do too much, and I'm just going to Toxic, predicting the U-turn. And so yeah. Okay, so now he's going to switch out and go out into his Macargo, which is a good play for him, I guess. And I'm just going to go out into my Claydol. He told me that he doesn't like OU at all, so he just decided to use UUs and then use his battle Unite. You know what, not all OUs are bad and hoard out like some of them are. You can use some OUs, I guess, like, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Because I don't like using a team of all OUs either, because I don't like all the OUs. So yeah, he's going to go out into his Primate, then switch into his Meganium, and the battle's going real fast right now because, again, it was a real long battle. So, but it will slow down later on, so yeah. So he sets up some screens with his Meganium, and I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower, try and get damage, but he goes back out into his Macargo, which isn't going to take much because it's resisted and all, and I'm just going to go for the Toxic on this thing. And he's going to set up his Rocks again, which is futile because I'm just going to blow them away again. So I go out in the Claydol, he's going to go for the Toxic, and yeah, I'm going to get hit by the Toxic, I guess, and he's going to keep getting hurt by Toxic. He's going to go out into his, what's that thing called? Meganium, and I'm just going to go for my Light Screen while his wears off. And I'm getting hurt by Poison, then I'm just going to Rapid Spin, and he's going to go for the Reflect. Probably predicting the Explosion, but I didn't want to explode, and so I had Rapid Spin. So that's the only reason I didn't do that. Now I'm going to Explode, and it's going to do a crap load of nothing to this Meganium while he just goes for the Aromatherapy. So, yeah, I really don't have a good chance of taking this thing out with anything so far, because those things are bulky. Well, I guess my Arcanine can do some good damage to it since it lost some HP. I didn't think my Blaziken could one-hit KO with Flare Blitz, so yeah. So anyway, he goes out into his Primate. I'm going to go out into my Gengar because I'm predicting it to be choice in some way. I'm thinking Scarf is how much damage it did when it first attacked my Arcanine. So yeah, so I go into my Gengar, I go for the Substitute, and I then go for the Shadow Ball and the Leafeon, and it almost KOs it, and then he roars me out into my Arcanine. And, he goes for Protect, but I'm just going to go for the Morning Sun, because I kind of thought he was going to go into his Macargo. So now he goes into his Macargo, and I go for the Flamethrower, and that's still going to do a crap load of nothing to that thing. And now I'm just going to switch out into my Gengar. And right here, I probably should have went for the Shadow Ball because Focus Blast does have a high chance of missing, but that was just a misplay on my part. So yeah, he's going to go Stone Edge, predicting my Arcanine, but my Arcanine still takes a Stone Edge like a beast because it's Arcanine. And he's going to go back out into this thing. Like, I'm like just real tired of seeing this thing right now. It's like getting so annoying. It's absorbing all my Flamethrowers. I just want to get rid of it. Well, the battle finally slowed down. So now I'm going to switch out and go into my Night Reaper, my Dusknoir, and he's going to go into his, what's this thing called, Kangaskhan? Yeah, he's going to go into his Kangaskhan and go for the Fake Out. That's not going to do barely anything, and I'm just going to flinch, but that still doesn't do a lot. And what happens? Now I go out into my Arcanine, get some Intimidate off, which is always good because his attack is lowered. And he's going to go for the Double Edge, which is going to kind of hurt, but doesn't do too much. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm getting, I'm like half health right now. And he's going to go out into his Macargo, and I'm going to go for the Morning Sun. Just because I want my HP back. So now he's out in his Macargo, this annoying thing, and like, that's the thing about U's and NU's, they're not as strong as OU's, but like, they're very stally, they can stall out a lot. I guess that's why they're not probably used and overused as much. So now, he goes for the rocks, and I went for the toxic just to get this thing poisoned so it could die quicker. Now I'm going to go into Gengar. He's going to go for the lava plume, and that's not going to do what I mean. That is going to do well. No, not really. For a Gengar, that doesn't do too much. So now, what do I do here? I believe I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. Now I go for the Pain Split, but he switches out into his Leafeon, so I didn't really get too much back. And now, I know I'm faster, so I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, take out the Leafeon. So yeah, now the Leafeon's down. He's going to go out into his Kangaskhan, and I just decided to fodder my Gengar because it's practically useless right now. I didn't really want anything else to take the fake out. So yeah, now I'm going to go out into my Midnight KFC, because Midnight KFC is just epic like that. And I'm just going to go for the super power and take out the freaking Primate that I wanted to take out since I first saw that thing. So that's great now that the Primate's gone, and he's just going to go out into his Monkey, his Ambipom, and I'm going to switch out into my, what's this thing called? My Dusknoir, and he's probably going to go for the fake out because that's what they all do. So that's why I went out to Dusknoir, because fake out will not affect me, because this thing doesn't have the scrappy ability like his Kangaskhan. He's going to go for the U-turn, doesn't do too much, and he's going to go out into his McPee Pants. I'm just going to go for the Pain Split, get a little bit of HP back, and I deal some damage to him, which is kind of good. So now, what am I about to do now? I don't have Ice Punch on here, which I should have. No, I should have Shadow Sneak, not Ice Punch. I have T-Punch and Earthquake as my attack moves, Will-O-Wisp and Pain Split as my other two moves. And I just missed Will-O-Wisp, which kind of made me mad. The reason I'm going for the Will-O-Wisp is because I know this thing is like a supporter thing, but it's still good to like get continuous damage on it. And it probably doesn't even have physical attacks, but continuous damage is just good to always have. So that's why I went for the Will-O-Wisp, and I actually hit this time. And my Night Reaper's just getting some HP back, almost at full. And he's going to go out into his Kangaskhan, and I'm just going to go into my Dark Canine because my Arcanine is a freaking monster. So what happens now? I completely forget. So I went into Arcanine, got some Intimidate off on his Kangaskhan, which is good. He's going to go for the fake out. That's not going to do barely anything. Arcanine is just a beast. Enough said. Arcanine takes everything. So now he's going to go into his Cargo. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower because that's what I always do, and I never get any damage off on this thing. But the Reflect wore off, so that's kind of good. So now I can go out into my what's that thing called? My Blaziken, get some damage off, and he's just getting hurt by poison. So now that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out into my Blaziken, and I didn't think he could really hurt my Blaziken too much, so that's why I went out to him with the switch. He's actually just going to go for the Toxic, which isn't bad, because now, well, it's just not bad, because my Blaziken's not really a wall, and it doesn't have Life Orb, so Toxic's not too bad, but I don't want to stay in for too long, because I didn't want to get withered down. And this is my Scarf Blaziken, so it practically outspeeds everything on his team. And he goes out into his Meganium, and I'm going to do some nice damage with that superpower. And so yeah, he's going to get some HP back with leftovers, but then he's going to lose more of that HP with the burn. And I'm just going to go for the superpower again, and that will take out the Meganium, so that is freaking sweet right now. So yeah, now he only has about two Pokemon left. 2 or 3? How many? Oh, 3. He's going to go out into his Kangaskhan, and I'm going to switch into my Night Reaper because, well, just because. Yeah, just because. He's going to go for the obvious fake out. That's going to do nothing. Like, I think he took more Life Orb than I took damage, so yeah, that's kind of cool. He's going to go for the Double Edge. That's not going to do too much. Well, no, that does do kind of a nice chunk of damage. And I'm going to go for the Wisp, burn this thing, and yeah, that's all there is right there. And now he's gonna go for the sucker punch, and that's not gonna do like anything to me with the life orb, and super effective. Didn't do anything with Death Snore. Death Snore was pretty nice. It has really good defense and special defense. So now he goes out into his Ambipom. He's gonna run here because he can't do anything. Happy Halloween, guys. Peace.